Hello guys, sorry about my voice, my throat hurts, but in the week lead up to Christmas, I'll be doing a video every day, and the first video of this is a review of Luke Cage, and I know what you guys are thinking, like I said, my throat hurts. You're thinking you're over 2 months late. I hold my hands up. This wasn't on my first agenda of stuff to do, but I wanted to get through it and I wanted to make a video, so I'm making a video. Overall, I think that this series is great. One of the best Marvel Netflix series I've seen. My favourite Marvel Netflix TV show is Daredevil. And you're probably thinking, oh, because it's the original, it started it off. No, because it's the one that's most action-packed. Jessica Jones was running away from the past. Luke Cage was being on the run, but helping people. But Daredevil's staying put and helping what he stands for. And that's, where does he live? Hell's Kitchen. So, this is the first Marvel Netflix that isn't set in Hell's Kitchen. So, and this does really take the Black Lives Matter seriously, because one of the lines in the TV show, and I quote them, most of these people wear spandexes or suits, but who knew that a black guy in a hoodie could save Harlem? And that's it, a black guy in a hoodie saves Harlem. Now the first half of the series, awesome, nailed it. Cottonmouth, who in the comic has superpowers, but I won't get into that. And like having Shades in there, who used to work for the army in the comics. Kind of like a Punisher that likes to wear sunglasses. But the one thing that they did get right from the comics is that Carl Lucas, or Luke Cage, has history with Shades, which he does. They both did time in Seagate with each other in the TV show. Now, Shades didn't recognise Luke because Luke doesn't look like what he used to look when he was in Seagate. So then he sees his fighting style and he's like, well, that's Carl Lucas. So he tells Cottonmouth and he tells Diamondback. But Cottonmouth's death, I think, is done great. Mariah Diller, who's trying to run away from being Mama Mabel, is fighting with herself, who she truly is, a murderer, a serial killer. And Cottonmouth brings it out in her, which results in his death. Now later in the series you learn that Shades was sent there to kill him, but Mariah beat him to it, which, if I'm honest with you guys, is a smart move. But now the second half of the series, I completely agree with the reviews I've seen. The first half of the series, yes. Second half of the series, I'd watch it again, but it's not as good as that last Daredevil episode. So action-packed. That's my favourite Daredevil episode. So, Diamondback's costume. Well, Diamondback's costume, on your left is the one from the TV show, and on your right is the one from the comics. And now, the one from the comics is, well, it's Golden or whichever one came, the Silver Age. He's a Marvel Silver Age villain, so the costume's going to be rubbish. Now, whoever drew the costume, I don't know that. Whoever drew this costume, props to them, they did great, but it's not what you would expect it to be. And Diamondback's costume in the show. Now, I've seen loads of hatred for this. I think we should be pointing the hatred not at the wearer, because, well, the suit is Hammer Tech. If you don't know what Hammer Tech is, from Iron Man 2, Justin Hammer has Hammer Tech. Hammer Tech. Hammer Tech. He owns Hammer Technologies, or Hammer Labs. He owns Hammer, I'm just going to call it. No, he doesn't own Thor's hammer. But he gets arrested, but Hammer still lives on, just it's never the same. It's used for criminals. That's where they get the Judas bullet off of. Now, well, the Judas bullet. You've already introduced his kryptonite. Don't know what that is. It's his weakness. His weakness is people he cares about. And he cares about people. So you attack someone he cares about, he's going to retaliate. When Pops died, that was a sad moment for me. Now, I didn't feel connected to Pops, but I was like, oh no, he's just going to be shot and he's going to be okay. But when he died, I was like, I feel for you, Luke. You just saw someone that you cared about die. Now, I've never had that experience, but I understand him. And then when Scarf died, I just thought Scarf was going to lose a lot of blood and have to go to the hospital and not die. But Misty, when Scarf died, she was as emotional as ever. She was holding him in his arms. She didn't care that he was corrupted. She didn't care that he was involved with Cottonmouth. He's her friend at the end of the day. He's her partner. But Scarf died. I was like, well, he was a bit grumpy, but wow, this show likes death. So, also this extends on Reva. But anyway, the Judas bullet, you really shouldn't have introduced it. Because Stryker could have always, what's the word? The word is, use the people he cares about against him. But no, they introduced the Judas bullet, which, don't get me wrong, it is awesome, but no, it's just not for me. It's not my cup of tea. So the costume, we shouldn't be pointing the hatred at the costume designer. We should be pointing the hatred at whoever drew this. And then again, they probably were on drugs, like Steve Ditko. Maybe it even was Steve Ditko. But in this world, if we're pointing hatred at somebody, we should be pointing hatred at Hammer Tech, because this costume is Hammer Tech. Now, it makes him bulletproof, and it also gives him super strength. Now, that little thing on his back, I couldn't get an image of it on Google Images, but that's what powers his super strength hands. Now, he doesn't have super strength, but he can punch far because of it. He's also good with guns and weapons. And at the end of the day, the costume may be a fail, but he just got it from Hammer Tech. So he could fight his half-brother. Oh, talking about the brother bit. Now, I think that's an interesting thing, because we have sibling rivalry all over the MCU. Where to begin? here, this is where we begin. We begin at the fact that Loki and Thor have sibling rivalry. And that's just enough. Now, I mean, they worked together in Thor Dark World, but that's no excuse at the end of the day. Now, siblings fight, I get that, but sibling rivalry is a different thing. You hate each other, you're neck and neck to each other. But I suppose I'd fall the hit instead of just like, mate, I'm going to tell Mum. You're like, bang, 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 bang. But you just can't help the fact that I don't know if they are siblings in the comics, because I did some research before this and that didn't come up. If anyone can tell me, please do tell me in the comments below. And I would rate this a solid 90 out of 100. Or 9 out of 10. For show, because it's not grounded. It's not too high up that you don't get what's going on. But it's just a bit all over the place. But who do you know? I can hear you saying it's not what you know, it's who you know. Ha ha ha, very funny. If you can tell me anything else, or you can add any other points, or you disagree with me, please do tell me in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.